Welcome to the channel. I'm Roger from Roger RC, and honestly, who doesn't get a warm fuzzy feeling from Tamiya RC bikes? When I was a kid, I used to stare at these things like they were magical treasures from another planet. I wanted one so badly, but my wallet back then said, absolutely not, little Roger. Now I'm a little older, slightly wiser, and financially irresponsible enough to finally buy them. Today we're building the legendary Tamiya Lunch Box. First things first, the box art alone already deserves to be framed on a museum wall. Tamiya just knows how to hit you right in the nostalgia. I've got my coffee ready, the tools are on the table, and childhood nostalgia is about to hit at full speed. So let's sit back, relax, and start building this iconic Tamiya Lunch Box. And there it is, fully built, ready to roll and honestly looking like pure childhood happiness on wheels. After all those years of dreaming about Tamiya RC cars, seeing this legendary Tamiya Lunch Box finally standing here on my table feels absolutely awesome. Big tires, goofy van body and that classic old school charm, this thing just makes you smile the second you look at it. Time for the real test. I brought the Tamiya Lunch Box to my backyard track, complete with cones. Terrible cornering skills and way more confidence than talent. The mission was simple: survive a few laps, avoid destroying the Garmin, and see if this legendary little van could actually handle the chaos. And honestly, from the very first meters, this thing was already putting a huge smile on my face. I installed a sport-tuned motor in the Tamiya Lunch Box, so speed, yeah, was definitely good. This little van moves way quicker than something shaped like a refrigerator on monster truck tires probably should. The acceleration is surprisingly fun, the wheelies happen almost by accident, and every full throttle run feels slightly out of control, in the best possible way. Alright, now we need to talk about the steering. The turning circle of the Tamiya Lunch Box is honestly part of the adventure. Taking a corner at speed feels less like driving and more like negotiating with the laws of physics. Sometimes it turns, sometimes it just keeps going straight while bouncing happily into the next obstacle. It's goofy, unpredictable, and somehow that makes it even more fun. But let's be honest, the steering upgrade just moves straight to the top. Every RC fan deserves at least one Tamiya model in their collection. Not because they're the fastest, not because they're the most advanced, but because Tamiya gives you something a lot of modern RC cars sometimes forget: the full experience. Opening the box, building it piece by piece, adding your own upgrades and personal touches, and then taking it outside for that very first drive. That feeling is hard to beat. The Tamiya Lunch Box might be old school and a little goofy, but that's exactly what makes it special. It's pure nostalgia, pure fun, and a reminder of why so many of us fell in love with the RC cars in the first place. And now it's time to find out how fast the Tamiya Lunch Box actually goes. For this test I moved over to the paved terrace to give the little van a proper speed run. The result? A modest 24 kilometers per hour. Now, that might not sound crazy fast, but the moment this thing hits smooth pavement, that happy feeling instantly comes back again. The Lunchbox suddenly feels way more stable, way more playful, and honestly just more alive. You can slide it through corners, mash the throttle on the exits, and enjoy that classic bouncy Tamiya driving style, exactly the way it was meant to be. It may not be the fastest RC car in the world, but it absolutely knows how to make you smile. The batteries are finally empty. The Tamiya Lunchbox survived the backyard chaos, and it's time to head back to the workshop for a few final thoughts. After the wheelies, bouncing, terrible steering and non-stop smiling, I think this little van has already made a pretty unforgettable first impression. Back in the workshop, the first thing that immediately stands out, the body already has paint damage. So yeah, lesson learned, do not roll over the Tamiya Lunchbox unless you enjoy emotional damage. There are definitely a few upgrades moving onto the wish list after today's one. The suspension could really use a set of oil-filled shocks, because right now this thing bounces around like a trampoline with wheels. I also want to install a rear axle suspension bracket to calm down some of that wild rear end movement and make the truck a little more stable. That's the steering situation. Repositioning the servo should hopefully improve the turning circle, because at the moment tight corners are basically optional. And finally the plastic body mounts. Yes, one of them already snapped off during the first sessions. So those will definitely be replaced with aluminium body mounts before the Lunchbox decides to shake itself apart completely. Thanks for watching. And definitely keep an eye on the channel, because those upgrades for the Tamiya Lunchbox are absolutely coming soon. This was Roger from Roger RC, and I'll see you in the next video.